Question 1. In light of recent developments, Maria, a DL accountant, notices that a subsidiary ledger journal import resulted in unbalanced debits and credits due to a currency conversion rate mismatch. Which action should she take before posting? A. Delete the journal and re-import with adjusted rates. B. Use the journal approval workflow to override the imbalance. C. Apply a suspense account to balance the journal. D. Reverse the journal in the next period and reprocess. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. The correct action is to apply a suspense account which temporarily holds balancing amounts until corrections are made, ensuring the journal can post without violating accounting rules. Deleting and re-importing is risky as it can cause data loss. Overriding imbalances through approval is non-compliant with GL controls. Reversing in the next period defers correction and may distort interim reports. Question 2. When evaluating the merits of data access sets in Oracle GL, which configuration ensures that a regional manager can view and post to all ledgers within their assigned balancing segment but not access other segments? A. Assign full ledger access without segment restrictions. B. Create a data access set restricted by balancing segment value. C. Use security profiles in HR to control segment visibility. D. Assign a separate responsibility for each ledger. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Data access sets allow restricting access by balancing segment values, enabling targeted access within ledgers while maintaining compliance. Full ledger access bypasses controls. HR security profiles govern HR data, not GL segment security. Multiple responsibilities create redundancy and administrative overhead without granular segment control. Question 3. From a practical standpoint, Liam is preparing to close the accounting period but finds an unposted recurring journal. What is the best practice before closing the period? A. Close the period and let the journal auto-post in the next period. B. Post the journal to ensure it is included in current period reports. C. Delete the journal to avoid delays. D. Place the journal on hold until the next cycle. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Posting ensures the journal's impact is reflected in current period balances and financial reports, aligning with Oracle's recommended period close procedures. Closing without posting creates incomplete balances. Deleting removes valid entries. Holding delays accurate reporting and may require complex accrual adjustments later. Question 4. Through careful analysis of auto-invoice exceptions, Priya identifies several imported transactions with missing transaction types. What should she do to resolve the issue? A. Manually assign transaction types to each invoice. B. Configure auto-invoice to default transaction types based on source. C. Re-import with corrected transaction types in the source file. D. Use transaction type mapping in the customer profile class. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. Re-importing with correct transaction types ensures data integrity and proper ARC behavior. Manual assignment is error-prone for large volumes. Defaulting in auto-invoice may mask upstream errors. Customer profile class settings apply to customers, not transaction imports, and won't fix source data mapping problems. Question 5. Considering the evidence, a global company needs to prepare consolidated financial statements in USD while maintaining local currency ledgers. Which Oracle GL functionality should they use? A. Revaluation process. B. Secondary ledgers with reporting currency. C. Global consolidation system. D. Translation process. Answer. Correct answer. D. Explanation. The translation process converts ledger balances from local currencies into the reporting currency for consolidation. Revaluation adjusts foreign currency balances for fluctuations, not consolidation. Secondary ledgers create parallel accounting, but not direct consolidation. GCS merges data from multiple ledgers but still requires translated balances for uniform reporting. Question 6. When faced with applying receipts from a large corporate customer, Samuel needs to automatically match and apply them based on remittance information in bank files. Which process should he configure? A. Auto lockbox. B. Auto invoice. C. Quick hash. D. Receipt batch source. Answer. Correct answer, A. Explanation. AutoLockbox automates receipt application by importing bank files and matching them to open invoices, reducing manual effort. AutoInvoice imports invoices, not receipts. QuickAsh is for semi-automated manual application. Receipt batch source organizes receipts, but doesn't handle automatic matching from bank data. Question 7. By evaluating the accounting flex field setup, which design choice can prevent future re-implementation efforts when adding new accounts? A. Using a fixed account structure without spare segments. B. Leaving unused segment values reserved for future use. C. Hard-coding segment values in application code. D. Reducing the number of segments to a minimum. Answer. Correct answer, B. Explanation. Reserving unused segment values allows flexibility for growth without altering the structure, minimizing future disruption. Fixed structures limit adaptability. Hard-coding values is against best practice and complicates maintenance. Minimizing segments may oversimplify accounting needs, leading to structure changes later. Question 8. In contrast to manual adjustments, what is the primary advantage of using mass allocation journals in Oracle GL? A. Allows one-time expense distribution across accounts. B. Automates recurring distribution calculations across periods. C. Permits ad hoc adjustments without setup. D. Eliminates the need for journal approval workflows. Answer. Correct answer, B. Explanation. Mass allocation journals automate recurring formula-based distributions, improving accuracy and efficiency. One-time distributions are not the main goal. Ad hoc adjustments lack automation benefits. Approval workflows still apply, as automation doesn't override governance. Question 9. The underlying principle of defining customer profile classes in Oracle Receivables is to A. Set default payment terms, credit limits, and other attributes. B. Assign default transaction types to all invoices. C. Control GL account assignments for all customers. D. Define system-wide R configuration. Answer. Correct answer, A. Explanation. Customer profile classes standardize default attributes like payment terms and credit limits, improving efficiency and compliance. They do not set transaction types done in transaction setup, control GL accounts globally, or configure R system-wide, which is handled in Receivables system options. Question 10. Upon closer examination, a controller wants to distribute budget amounts proportionally across months based on seasonal sales forecasts. Which budget entry method should be used? A. Single annual entry with equal monthly allocation. B. Enter monthly amounts manually in each period. C. Use budget upload from a spreadsheet with seasonal data. D. Create a recurring journal for budget entry. Answer. Correct answer, C. Explanation. Spreadsheet uploads allow precise monthly allocations matching seasonal forecasts, leveraging Oracle's budget import features. Equal monthly allocation ignores seasonality. Manual entry is inefficient and error-prone. Recurring journals manage actuals or forecasts but aren't the primary tool for initial budget distribution. Question 11. Given the circumstances, Olivier is setting up a secondary ledger to meet local statutory requirements while maintaining a primary corporate ledger. Which configuration ensures both ledgers remain synchronized without manual intervention? A. Enable reporting currency at the journal level. B. Use journal level posting to both ledgers simultaneously. C. Assign a ledger set with automatic posting enabled. D. Link the secondary ledger using a subledger accounting method. Answer. Correct answer, D. Explanation. Linking via a subledger accounting method allows automatic journal creation in the secondary ledger from the primary ledger's subledger transactions, ensuring compliance and reducing manual work. Reporting currency handles currency translations, not local statutory accounting. Journal level posting doesn't generate required statutory adjustments. Ledger sets group ledgers for reporting but don't automatically transactions. Question 12. As illustrated by the AutoLockbox process, which step ensures unmatched receipts are stored without being lost, awaiting further application? A. Post receipts immediately to suspense accounts. B. Place receipts in the unapplied receipts account. C. Assign receipts to miscellaneous receipts batch. D. Reverse receipts until customer confirmation. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Unmatched receipts are placed in the unapplied receipts account, allowing later application when customer information is clarified. Suspense accounts in GL are for journal balancing, not our receipts. Miscellaneous receipts batches record non-invoice payments, not temporary holding. Reversing a receipt removes it from R and is not a holding strategy. Question 13. In a modern context of consolidation, a multinational group needs to roll up balances from multiple ledgers with different charts of accounts. Which Oracle tool should be used? A. Data Access Set. B. Global Consolidation System. C. Ledger Sets. D. Reporting Currency. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Global Consolidation System maps and consolidates ledgers even with different charts of accounts, ensuring consistent reporting. Data Access Sets control access, not consolidation. Ledger sets allow simultaneous reporting and opening of periods but require same COA. Reporting currency handles currency translation, not structural consolidation. Question 14. In what ways can a properly configured accounting calendar help prevent posting to incorrect periods? A. Assigning period statuses and controlling journal posting. B. Setting default currency for each period. C. Enabling journal approval workflow by period. D. Limiting data access sets per period. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. Period statuses open, closed, future entry control whether journals can be posted, preventing period errors. Default currency is ledger level, not period specific. Approval workflow is independent of period control. Data access sets manage access to ledgers or segment values, not posting control. Question 15. Under the assumption that you are preparing recurring accruals for monthly rent in Oracle GL, which journal type is best suited for this? A. Statistical journal. B. Recurring journal. C. Mass allocation journal. D. Reversing journal. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Recurring journals automatically generate entries for fixed or formula-based amounts over multiple periods, ideal for rent accruals. Statistical journals record non-monetary data. Mass allocations distribute amounts based on formulas but aren't ideal for fixed accruals. Reversing journals are for one-time accruals or adjustments, not recurring needs. Question 16. From multiple perspectives, why might an R manager choose to use bill presentment architecture (BPA) A. To allow customers to dispute invoices online. B. To create flexible invoice layouts without changing transaction data. C. To automate credit memo approvals. D. To define payment terms across all customers. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. BPA lets organizations design custom invoice layouts while retaining underlying transaction data, enhancing presentation without altering accounting records. Dispute management requires different functionality. Credit memo approvals are managed via workflow. Payment terms are set in customer or profile class setups, not EPA. Question 17. Across different scenarios, a finance team needs to capture revenue details from non-standard transactions without affecting financial balances. Which journal type should they use? A. Recurring journal. B. Statistical journal. C. Suspense journal. D. Reversing journal. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Statistical journals track non-monetary metrics like headcount or units sold, influencing allocations and reporting without impacting balances. Recurring journals post monetary entries. Suspense journals handle balancing differences. Reversing journals adjust actual balances in subsequent periods. Question 18. The most significant aspect of auto-invoice setup is A. Mapping source data to interface tables with required columns populated. B. Ensuring customer profile classes have default payment terms. C. Running the journal import program after auto-invoice. D. Defining period statuses in receivables. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. Proper mapping to interface tables with required fields ensures auto-invoice can successfully create invoices without errors. Customer profile classes improve defaults but don't guarantee import success. Journal import is for GL journals, not R invoices. Period statuses in R must be open, but mapping is the core configuration. Question 19. While examining intercompany transactions, which configuration ensures that balancing entries are automatically created across ledgers? A. Enable automatic offset method in journals. B. Set up intercompany balancing rules in ledger options. C. Create suspense accounts for each legal entity. D. Use mass allocation journals to distribute intercompany amounts. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Intercompany balancing rules ensure automatic generation of offset entries across ledgers meeting accounting integrity requirements. Automatic offsets apply within a single ledger. Suspense accounts balance errors, not intercompany flows. Mass allocations distribute amounts based on formulas unrelated to intercompany postings. Question 20. In terms of customer account hierarchy, why would a company enable party paying relationships? A. To allow multiple accounts under one party to share a payment responsibility. B. To merge duplicate customer parties. C. To automatically generate consolidated invoices. D. To restrict credit exposure to one account only. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. Party paying relationships let one party account pay invoices for multiple related accounts, improving cash application efficiency. Merging duplicates is a data cleanup task. Consolidated invoices require different configurations like BPA or consolidation billing. Credit restriction applies through credit profiles, not paying relationships. Question 21. While it is true that a company can operate with multiple operating units under one legal entity, which setup ensures transactions are processed and reported separately for each unit? A. Assign separate ledgers for each operating unit. B. Use a single ledger with balancing segment values assigned per unit. C. Create separate subledger accounting methods for each unit. D. Configure separate calendars for each operating unit. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Balancing segment values within one ledger allow distinct accounting for each operating unit while maintaining unified ledger control. Separate ledgers increase maintenance and complexity. Subledger accounting methods control accounting rules, but don't isolate balances by unit. Different calendars would disrupt consolidation and reporting consistency. Question 22. Taking into account the need to quickly reverse an accrual entry in the following period without rekeying, which journal feature should be used? A. Recurring journal. B. Suspense journal. C. Reversing journal. D. Statistical journal. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. Reversing journals automate the reversal process in the next period, preventing duplicate manual work and reducing posting errors. Recurring journals are for repeated entries, not reversals. Suspense journals handle imbalances, not planned reversals. Statistical journals track non-monetary measures unrelated to accrual adjustments. Question 23. The fundamental question is why a controller might use a reporting currency ledger rather than the translation process. A. To maintain balances in multiple currencies in real time. B. To simplify statutory reporting adjustments. C. To reduce the need for subledger accounting rules. D. To avoid using revaluation for foreign balances. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. Reporting currency ledgers store transactions in an additional currency at the time of entry, enabling real-time multi-currency reporting. Translation converts period-end balances, not transactions. Statutory adjustments may still be required. Subledger accounting rules and revaluation are separate processes and not eliminated by reporting currencies. Question 24. To illustrate this point, Ethan needs to track headcount by department to drive cost allocations but doesn't want these numbers to affect financial balances. Which journal type fits? A. Statistical journal. B. Recurring journal. C. Mass allocation journal. D. Suspense journal. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. Statistical journals record non-financial measures like headcount, which can be used in allocation formulas without impacting account balances. Recurring journals post monetary values repeatedly. Mass allocation journals distribute amounts but require a basis often from statistical journals. Suspense journals are for balancing errors. Question 25. The development of auto-invoice exceptions resolution requires understanding of source system mapping. Which method is best for preventing recurring missing GL account errors? A. Define default accounts in the customer profile class. B. Correct account mapping in the source application before re-import. C. Assign accounts manually in each imported transaction. D. Enable account derivation rules at the ledger level. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Fixing source mapping ensures clean data flow and prevents repetitive manual corrections. Customer profile class defaults apply to customers, not all invoice lines. Manual assignment is error-prone. Ledger-level account derivation rules may be too generic and not address source-specific mapping needs. Question 26. Historically speaking, why would a finance department configure a suspense account in GL? A. To store temporary imbalances in imported journals until resolved. B. To hold unapplied receipts for customer payments. C. To record statistical data for reporting. D. To reverse accruals automatically in the next period. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. A suspense account holds temporary imbalances so journals can post without rejecting pending investigation. Unapplied receipts are in our NUT-GL suspense. Statistical data uses statistical journals. Reversals require reversing journals, not suspense accounts. Question 27. By comparing manual and automatic receipt application methods, which provides the highest automation when processing bank remittance files? A. Quick Cash. B. Auto-lockbox. C. Receipt batch source. D. Manual application with matching rules. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Auto-lockbox imports bank remittance files, automatically matches to open invoices, and applies receipts with minimal user intervention. QuickCash is semi-automated. Receipt batch source organizes receipts, but doesn't match them. Manual application relies heavily on user input and is less efficient. Question 20. The general consensus is that mass allocation journals are most effective when A. The allocation formula changes each period. B. Allocation amounts are fixed across periods. C. A consistent calculation needs repeating each period. D. One-time adjustments are required. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. Mass allocation journals automate recurring, consistent calculations such as departmental cost distributions. Changing formulas each period reduces automation benefits. Fixed allocations are better suited for recurring journals. One-time adjustments are not an intended use. Question 29. When presented with multiple subsidiaries using different COAs, which Oracle tool facilitates consolidation without restructuring ledgers? A. Ledger sets. B. Translation process. C. Global consolidation system. D. Data access set. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. Global consolidation system consolidates across ledgers with different COAs through mapping. Ledger sets require same COA. Translation converts currencies, not account structures. Data access sets control access, not consolidation. Question 30. The prevailing attitude toward defining balancing segment values for intercompany transactions is that it A. Ensures compliance with accounting principles by balancing each entity's books. B. Reduces the need for suspense accounts. C. Eliminates the need for intercompany balancing rules. D. Allows consolidation without translations. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. Proper balancing segment values ensure each entity's ledger remains balanced, meeting accounting standards. Suspense accounts still may be needed for errors. Intercompany balancing rules complement, not replace, segment values. Translation deals with currency conversion, not balancing entries.